What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to All Things Football. After a long international break, which saw, I think, 13 teams qualify for next year's World Cup, including England, we are back with Premier League football. Leicester and Chelsea resume the fixtures with an early kickoff at 12:30, I think, at the King Power Stadium. Over the break, we saw managerial changes across the Premier League. Probably the one manager we all expected to get sacked is still in the job at Old Trafford up in Manchester, but we have to move on. We have to support him while he's here. We have to support the team and hope that we get a win against Watford at Vicarage Lane, I think it is, tomorrow. Vicarage Road. That sounded much better in my head, actually. But yeah, a lot has happened. Not at Manchester United, but Leicester and Chelsea is the early kickoff tomorrow. How have you been?
I've been injured like yourself.
Yeah.
we both suffered injuries through football, but we're here. We're back. Premier League is back, so we have things to look forward to. From a Man United perspective, obviously we expected Ollie to be sacked, but at the same time, we knew the board are inadequate. They're not going to do it. They sent him away on holiday to Norway, and he's back.
Look, I'll be real. I thought that holiday was a departing gift. They think they're slick. Like, I don't know who they think. Well, they is referring to the Glazers and the board members. I don't know who they think we are as a group of Manchester United fans who follow the club religiously, and we spend our lives. I know I spend my days refreshing my feed, waiting for Manchester United news. I'm on the United Twitter, Instagram. I'm looking at Manchester United fan channels, reading up. I follow Manchester United like it's my job. So I don't know what they were doing, sending Ollie away for a week and saying nothing effectively. I don't know how it would have felt for Ollie. They must have said to him personally, look, Ollie, you are safe. You are in a job. Maybe if you lose the next couple of games, you're out of a job. But we thought the humiliating defeat to Leicester, Liverpool, and Manchester City would be enough. Apparently not. They must think we're idiots. We're waiting for the news. We're waiting for some sort of update, which is yet to come. And obviously, it's not going to come tonight. It's not going to come tomorrow morning before the Watford game. So it seems he's going to be in a job probably until the end of the season.
Yeah, he's here. He's here to stay. In his press conference today, again, he alluded to the fact that we've been here before. And as United fans, everyone, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear we've been here before.
Yeah.
Surely you're not learning from your mistakes if you've been here before. So I think that is literally just a red flag, the fact that he's having to say that again. And it's just a circle, like it's just a cycle. We're back in the cycle again. And it's a never-ending cycle. So I think if the press has already started to turn on him anyway, people like saying he should be sacked. But surely now they can pick up on the things he's saying that are just, why is he saying that we're back in this circle, back here again? That's what I don't get. But that's a whole episode in itself. We'll actually just focus on the Premier League, which is tomorrow. Early kickoff, Leicester versus Chelsea. Leicester at home to Chelsea. Leicester in 12th, and obviously Chelsea are first, 3 points clear from Man City. What are your thoughts on the game for tomorrow?
I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty comfortable win for Chelsea. They're flying high at the top of the league. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. They have an amazing defense. I don't know where the notion that they don't have a good defense comes from. They've only conceded an amount of goals I think I can count on one hand. They've got a 23 goal difference, and they're 3 points ahead of supposedly the best team in Europe, who are Manchester City. So they're doing very well. Thomas Tuchel, he's an amazing manager. Obviously, when he came in last season, he transformed them instantly within a week, and he's kept that up. He obviously delivered them the Champions League, and he's probably going to deliver them the Premier League this season. I can't fault them. I can't think of anything bad in their team, and it pains me because of the situation that our team's in to see a direct rival doing so well, utilizing their big squad, which is apparently a problem for us. And I mean, I'd love a Leicester win tomorrow because it just gives us an opportunity to catch up a little bit. But Chelsea at the moment, I think they're elite. They probably are the best team in the world right now, in my opinion. And I can't see anyone scoring more than one goal against them in a match.
You literally said it. Their big squad gets utilized perfectly. You have the likes of Kante on the bench. Should he be on the bench? Maybe not. But he comes in, he plays his games, and he'll be on the bench. No other games. Loftus-Cheek, Ross Barkley is back. All these players, the squad gets rotated.
Yeah.
Reece James might play one game, and then he might be on the bench the next game. Literally, they have a squad which everyone knows their role in the team. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he might play 1 week, he might play well, and he stays in the squad. Werner, Lukaku's out, but then you have Kai Havertz, who's playing as a number 9. Everything just works in the team. Their wing backs, Ben Chilwell, Reece James are getting goals. I think literally they have a perfect system and it's working for them. And yeah, as you said, you can't really say much bad about them.
For me, I think the perfect example of their rotation is Alonso and Ben Chilwell. Because at Manchester United, we have exactly the same. We have two similar quality fullbacks in Luke Shaw and Alex Telles. But when Alonso dipped in form, Chilwell came in and he's been one of the best left backs in the league. And vice versa, when Chilwell wasn't playing very well after he came back from the Euros, Alonso stepped in and was producing amazing games. We have Luke Shaw and Alex Telles. Last season, Luke Shaw was amazing. He's still having a bit of a hangover from the Euros, but he's not being dropped. Look, I'm a massive fan of Luke Shaw. I'm a massive fan of a lot of the Manchester United players, but I just think in general, if you're not playing well, regardless of who you are, you need to just get a kick up the backside and just think, look, you have an amazing competitor there in Alex Telles who could come in and do a job. Why isn't he brought in? Look at what Tuchel's doing at Chelsea. It'll be fantastic to see that sort of management in a lot of other teams, but I think Tuchel's mastered it, and I think he's going to take Chelsea to new heights. But I wouldn't be surprised to see them win the Prem and another big trophy, not just the Premier League this season. Good evening, Big Ron.
Good evening, Big Ron. Yeah, as you said, you wouldn't be surprised if they win the Prem and a big trophy, because literally Tuchel came in last season and literally just won them the Champions League. Why not? Why can't he do it again? Why can't he win the Champions League again? Of course they can. Premier League. But yeah, I was saying literally, Premier League is theirs. They're 3 points clear. They can easily extend that if City were to lose, West Ham were to lose, and yeah, Chelsea. That's how you run a team. Abramovich, yeah, he sacks coaches left, right, and center, but he wants a winning team. He wants to win, because yes, you'll get money finishing top 4. Yes, it's a business at the end of the day, and they'll get money, but you get more money for winning the league. You get more money for winning the Champions League, not just qualifying for top 4, which our owners obviously own. That's the minimum expectation that they want. And yeah, Chelsea. There were a team like when Frank Lampard was in charge and he used to play all the youth players. I actually like that team because all these youth players like around our age, literally, I enjoyed watching those players play. But now I've gone back to the mentality where I just don't like Chelsea, because now they're good. They're a good team, and it's back to literally the old days where Chelsea were like on top.
They're a problem. They're a problem again, and like a serious problem. Now, I'm not a fan of it either, but I think you just have to sit back and appreciate. And I'm even looking at Oli and thinking, why can't you look at Tuchel and just copy him? You want to play 3 at the back now, just copy him.
He tried. We're not seeing that again.
Hopefully not.
Seeing that. You can imagine me play 3 at the back tomorrow, Nad. But on to Leicester. Leicester are, you said 16th? 12th, sorry.
Yeah, they're 12. 2 points behind us.
They drew against Leicester. Why my camera's turned off? But they drew against Leeds in their last game, and then they lost their game against Arsenal. Brendan Rodgers has been linked to United. I don't know if you want to expand on that whilst I get my camera.
I mean, he was linked to Manchester United, and I would say stupidly, he got asked about the links in his press conference, I think a couple of days ago. I don't know what the response people were looking for was going to be, but he wasn't going to say anything other than I respect Leicester. You can't talk about this type of stuff, blah blah blah. Personally, I think he's going to stay at Leicester. I can't see him leaving anytime soon, especially for Manchester United. But at the same time, I do think it's something that can happen because money talks at the end of the day, and we have a lot of it, and we seem to like chucking money at problems, thinking it's going to be the solution. I do hope, though, that Leicester pull off a win tomorrow at home against Chelsea. They've done it against us, so why can't they do it against Chelsea? I only say that because a win against Chelsea will give us an opportunity to make up ground, because at the moment, Manchester United are 9 points behind. I mean, Leicester are 2 points behind us, so it could take them above us as well, increase the pressure, but that's what playing at the top is really all about. Pressure games. I don't know. It's tough to say because Leicester are a good team. They're not doing the best this season. And I want them to win, but I just can't see them beating Chelsea because Chelsea have only conceded, I think 3 this year. I'm correct. Let me just look at the Premier League table. I think they've only conceded 3 goals in the league. So if Leicester were to get a win, they've conceded 4. So if Leicester were to get a win, it would have to be maybe 2 or 3 goals because Chelsea will score. They've scored 27. So it's going to be a tough but exciting game. It's going to be a good watch.
A man back in the Premier League is Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, Aston Villa versus Brighton. First game in charge at home. He has a decent squad.
Yeah.
Like Aston Villa have a good team, but obviously Dean Smith wasn't able to utilize that team. Obviously he's done it at Rangers. Whether the Scottish Premier League is the same, I don't know what level it equates to in terms of the Premier League. However, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for tomorrow. I don't really know what Gerrard is about. I don't watch the Scottish Premier League, so I wouldn't know. I just hear that Rangers win the league. But yeah, Brighton, it's not an easy game. Brighton probably play one of the best football out of the bottom half of the table. Brighton, they have a system and it works. Obviously, they drew against Liverpool. They know what they need to do to win a game. And Graham Potter's a good tactical manager.
I mean, I think whether it was Steven Gerrard or anybody else, new manager bounce is a real thing. Aston Villa, as you said, do have a decent squad. I'm looking at players like Leon Bailey. You got Courtney Hawes. I like Courtney Hawes and Ezra Konsa at the back. I'm a big fan of them too. And obviously they have Emiliano. Is his name Emiliano or Emilio Martinez?
I thought it was about Buendia.
No, is it Emilio? Well, they call him Emmy Martinez. I don't actually know what his whole name is. But I think they have a few good players, and I just don't think Dean Smith was able to get the best out of them this season. That's not to say he's a bad manager, because of course he's back in the Premier League with Norwich as well. But I think Steven Gerrard, as well as the new manager bounce, and with his tactical prowess, I guess you could say, that he demonstrated when he was at Rangers, I think Aston Villa could be a threat this season. Obviously, we're 11 games in, and then you have 10 points, but that's not to say they couldn't make up ground on the higher placed teams, because they are only 7 points behind us. We're closer to the we're actually the same points away from the drop than we are to the top. So I think Steven Gerrard will have a good time at Aston Villa. I like his teams. I liked watching Rangers play. Got the opportunity a few times when they were playing in the SPL, and obviously when they were playing in the Europa League, it was nice. He brought back the winning mentality to Rangers, and I think he'll be able to bring back some of that fighting spirit to Aston Villa with a few good players as well. I'm excited, especially for Leon Bailey. I do follow the Jamaican national team, and watching his form improve will be more exciting for me, because I'll be able to see him play better for Jamaica as well. So I'm all in to watch Aston Villa this season, especially
they definitely have. Their attack is definitely very good. Obviously, Leon Bailey just joined this season. It takes time to adjust to the Premier League, but he is obviously an exciting talent. Danny Ings, proven goal scorer in the Premier League. It's just about making it click or finding the players around him to to provide for him.
Yeah.
Buendia was very good at Norwich City. So literally, I think Gerrard's just about finding his best team. He might not get it straight away, but obviously you mentioned manager bounce, so you never know. And yeah, Brighton, they have the system where I think when they played against Liverpool, I think it was Trossard, he played in like a false nine when they played Liverpool, and it caused Liverpool problems, lots of problems. So against Aston Villa, whose defense hasn't been the best this season, they could cause problems. I think Brighton will beat Aston Villa. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Brighton will win.
I don't know. You know, I think because of the quality that Villa have and the manager bounce, I can't see Brighton winning.
And also,
Villa are a good team.
Villa have lost their last 5 games. Yeah, you mentioned manager bounce. Brighton have just drawn their last 4 and lost 1 in the last 5.
Damn.
So both of the teams, they need a win because they haven't won in a while.
Yeah, they're going to be fighting for it.
The confidence Brighton have from their last 2 draws, I feel like they can go on to now win. But then obviously the manager bounce, it's just, I'm still going to stick with Brighton. I think we like a 2-1.
Yeah, I got money. Well, not physical money, but I've got money on Aston Villa tomorrow. Let's not forget how good they were last season. They're obviously just not. I don't know what goes on in the football club behind the scenes, but I'm just gonna assume that they just weren't all in for the manager because it just wasn't working. It looked like the players gave up a little bit. And with Gerrard in now, after a week, how long has he been in? A week now?
About
just under a week. He's had a lot of time to meet the players, to talk to them, to go through tactics or whatever he wants to do or change or maybe even keep the same. So I think it'll be a good match. I think Aston Villa will come out on top though.
Next game, or the game same time kickoff. Newcastle, Brentford. The new manager Eddie Howe. He's not going to be in charge though. I think he's tested positive for COVID, so he's not actually going to be in charge. But yeah, the new era of Newcastle starting. Mbappe soon come.
Project Mbappe at St. James's. Is it St. James's Park now, or is it still the Sports Direct? St. James's Park, isn't it?
Yeah, it's St. James's Park.
I mean, same situation as Steven Gerrard. Eddie Howe's had a long time to get used to the squad, go through tactics. There was even a clip of, you might have seen the clip, I think it was on Twitter, of him going through a drill with the players.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a basic drill, but I mean, I don't know. It was just nice to see.
You need to go back to basics sometimes when things aren't going right.
Yeah.
Just literally go back to basics, start again, just to get confidence back in the players. So I guess that's what he was trying to do in this first training session. Yeah,
I think real quick. I mean, people were saying, "Oh, Eddie Howe, this and that, negative stuff," but let's not forget we were all praising him a few years ago when he brought Bournemouth up to the Premier League and kept them here for a long time. Obviously, eventually it didn't work out for him. Maybe everything caught up, but he is a good manager. He's a young manager with a lot of experience. So I think he'll be a good fit for Newcastle. He'll take them to a place. He'll steady the ship. He'll get a little bit of a rebuild on. Then I think once they get to a level where he can't take them higher, that's when they'll get rid of him and bring a more established elite manager in. And I think he's a perfect man for the job. And I think he's going to do a great job there.
Yeah, he's also back with players that he's previously worked with. Callum Wilson.
Yeah,
pretty sure. Is it Richie? Is he still there?
Ryan Fraser as well.
Yeah. So he's got a couple of players that he does know in that squad.
Yeah,
and obviously the talisman is Callum Wilson, so they need to obviously again provide for him, and he is obviously, they know Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe knows how to make a system around Callum Wilson. So yeah, I think it's positive for Newcastle. The table doesn't suggest it. Obviously, they haven't won a game. Pretty sure they haven't won a game. Yeah, they haven't won a game. Unlike Norwich. Norwich have actually won a game, but Newcastle haven't. They've got 5 points there.
5 draws. Have they scored more than us? They haven't scored more. I thought they scored more than us. Goodness gracious me. I was surprised I think we found out the other week that they haven't got a win. I was very surprised. They're doing much worse than I thought they were, if I'm honest.
You think it
Really?
was actually Steve Bruce was the problem?
I don't think he was the problem because they've never been high flying. Like they have a couple of good players, mainly Alan St. Maximin, but they've never really been a team that have been pushing the top half. They've always been around this position. I don't think Steve Bruce was the problem. I don't really know what people expected them to do more, if that makes sense. You don't. It's very rare that you very suddenly just become a much better side unless you change the coaching staff, unless you bring in a few good players. I think he deserved to get sacked. Is that a bad thing to say? No one really deserves to sack unless you're Ollie, but I mean, I don't think it is. I think he was gunning for the sack. The way the results were going, it was inevitable, but this is
I
Newcastle.
think it was hard because at the same time the owners didn't back him at all.
Yeah.
He didn't get the resources.
Yeah.
So then obviously he was scapegoated because obviously the results weren't going his way as well. So I don't know if he deserved it. However, they've got new ownership now. Things are looking brighter for Newcastle. Even if they get relegated this season, they'll come back up and Mbappe won't want to join them in a few years' time. So yeah, the next game, Norwich, Southampton, another relegated team. Norwich. Yes, they won. They won their first game. But
it's time to go.
It's not enough. One game. I still don't believe they're good enough to stay in this league.
Definitely not. And I think they believe that as well. They've brought in a manager in Dean Smith, who probably, I would say probably, I don't think he'll be able to keep them up. I definitely think they're going down, but maybe they're forward planning. Maybe they're looking at the Championship next season. I know it's all well and good if they get asked in the media, they'll be thinking or saying, yeah, we can stay up, we can do this and that. But there'll be a lot of reality talks going on in boardrooms, in the meeting rooms, thinking we can bring in Dean Smith, think about the Championship next year, think about the squad that we have and the manager that can help us get back to the Premier League as quickly as possible. And I think Dean Smith is the right man. Give him a year in the Championship with the squad, win the league, which they probably will next year in the Championship, then bring in a couple of players and get Dean Smith in. I mean, have Dean Smith there already established with the players after a season and a half. And then you might actually be able to mount a Premier League stability push. Because, I mean, there's a lot of money in getting relegated and promoted from the Premier League. It's a fact. But I think what the fans will want is Premier League experience for 3-4+ years instead of... It can't be fun. It can't be fun for those fans knowing that as soon as you get promoted to the Premier League, you're probably going to go back down. Because I don't think they'll be under any illusions here. I think they would have known full well from before the season even started that they're just not good enough to compete at the very highest level. And I think Dean Smith will be the man that gives them the chance to and gives them the ability to be able to compete and stay in the Premier League. I think it's a very good appointment for them, actually.
But Southampton, they're on a 2-game winning streak at the moment. So
2 games.
2 games, yeah, 2 games. 2-game winning streak. So they'll actually have confidence because they want to make it through. No, Southampton. No, I remember last season how I was saying how do they still have this manager? He's conceded 18 goals and not scored none in two 9-0 defeats. But he's still there, and yeah, I think Southampton will obviously beat Norwich.
Yeah.
However, manager bounce, so you never know.
Nah. I think there's just a difference in quality there. Because look at the I knew someone would say that. I was looking at the previous results for United. I'm looking at the Norwich squad just off the top of my head. Can you name me 3 players that are genuine Premier League quality
in the squad?
Yeah.
Let me actually go through the squad. Let me quickly look.
You got Timu Pukki, who's one. I think he could do a job for a mid-table side. But other than that, Max Aarons, could you even say he's Premier League quality?
Yeah, I'll say Aarons. He could.
I do like Matthias Norman, the Norwegian midfielder. He is he's very, very good, and he's definitely going to get himself a Premier League transfer come the summer. He's very good. I wouldn't be against seeing him at Manchester United if I'm really honest with you. I think he's really good. Todd Cantwell is not. I'm sorry, he's not Premier League quality.
Cantwell,
hype's gone.
Billy Gilmore, we haven't seen him, but he's hyped up a lot because
he doesn't even get on the pitch for Norwich. He's not Premier League quality.
I haven't seen him do too much yet. Brandon Williams, obviously on loan from us. No, I'm sorry, he's not. That's probably it. We'll probably say Norman and Aarons and maybe Pookie. I think
he's Premier League quality. He could do a good job.
I'm not too sure. I'm not convinced about Pookie. He scores goals in the champ, but
he's like Mitrovic.
Yeah. So that's not Premier League quality though.
No, I think Pookie is Premier League quality. You put him in a team that puts balls on the plate for him like the majority of the league, and he does the job. But Norwich, man, he's starving. He's hungry at Norwich. He doesn't get much. But when he does get a chance, he usually does the job. He just never gets anything.
A guy who gets nothing is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He doesn't get the sack. He doesn't get the results. He doesn't get. I don't even know what to say. I have nothing else to say about Ole. So I don't want to talk about Ole. I want to talk about the team.
Yeah. Can
Watford
we,
away?
I want to ask you a question about the team that you think will get fielded tomorrow. I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to say the manager that we have, who is Norwegian. He's in a position now. I don't care what anyone says, what he says, the club journalist. He will have seen the speculation. He will have seen the criticism. He is on social media. We know that he's on social media. He will have seen all of that. And he will have been made fully aware of the fact that the promises he made to players have gone public. He promised a lot of players a lot of minutes, and he's obviously not delivered. Do you think now that he's in the position that he's in, he's going to switch it up, or is he just going to stick with what's got him in this position? Because why would you switch after all this time and basically admit defeat to your players?
We know he's not going to switch it up. The lineup for tomorrow: De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred.
I
Bruno,
think Fred.
Rashford.
I think Bruno, Fred picked up a knock. I think
Fred is still going to play. Bruno, Rashford, Ronaldo, and the right hand side is 50-50. Greenwood or Sancho.
Sancho has to.
It's 50-50 between those two.
Sancho at wing back. Your thoughts? Look,
we're not going back to that formation.
I
don't believe we are.
Before social. Oh, said his name. Before he went on holiday. There were pictures or reports or whatever that they were trying him out in training as a right wing back. You chase one of the most creative players in Europe for 2 years, 2 to 3 years. You chase him, you buy him. Oh, he doesn't hit the ground running like 90% of other footballers that make a transfer, and then you don't play him, and then you insult me. You insult Manchester United fans, and you insult him by trying to play him at right wing back. He came on against Manchester City, and he was probably the best player on the pitch for us. If he doesn't start against Watford, I'm going to be astounded. Because I don't understand anymore, really. I've kind of stopped trying to understand what goes on in his head, the manager. I actually don't know if he's being serious about the Roy Keane spoken to Ole. I don't know.
No, because Roy Keane was getting onto Fred after the City game, saying that why does Ole pick Fred? That's what Roy Keane was saying. So, but Ole doesn't care. But Ole probably wouldn't listen to that.
I thought Fred, if anything, it would just make him play him even more. That's what he seems to do. Whenever there's doubts about why is he playing or whatever, it's just like the manager wants to prove them wrong, so he gives them more of an opportunity. I do expect that Donny van de Beek to start, though, if I'm honest with you. I expect him to start this match. He didn't go away with Holland, so he's not going to be tired. I don't know. I feel like I read it somewhere that Fred picked up a knock whilst playing for Brazil against Argentina.
I can quickly check.
And McTominay definitely has a knock because he didn't play in Scotland's last game. So it's perfect opportunity for Matic and Van der Beek to play in the midfield.
Yeah, obviously that would be ideal, definitely.
The perfect midfield tomorrow, I'm going with the fullback, by the way. The perfect midfield tomorrow would be Matic holding, Donny Van der Beek just in front, with Bruno playing in the 10 role, with a more advanced role. I think that would be perfect. And I think it would give us an opportunity to see what our best midfield would look like. Mm-hmm. I like Pogba, and when he's back, he probably will play, but I'm just thinking about things. I'm a massive fan of Pogba. Anything I say is not going to tell you that I'm not a massive fan, but I think he's just too inconsistent in this team. And it's clear to me that he doesn't really want to be here anymore. I think his mind was swayed when we signed Sancho, Varane, Ronaldo, but I think reality set back in when he actually started playing for the manager again.
But I think that's due to the fact that we have this manager. If it wasn't this manager, Pogba's mind would not be in the space it's in right now.
Yeah, but we do.
Same with Jesse Lingard. Same with Jesse Lingard, who's obviously the negotiations are probably just over. He's probably going to go on loan in Jan, leave on a free in the summer. If it was a different manager, or if Oli kept his promises that he gave Lingard and other players, Lingard will probably stay because he's playing with Ronaldo, he's playing with all these great players in the team. But because of the management at this club, many players, their mindset is different now. It's changed. Yes, he brought in all these good players, but the same manager, the same person in charge.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for these players because football is a young man's sport, and your career isn't very long in comparison to the majority of other jobs. So when you got someone like Donny Van der Beek, Jesse Lingard's in his prime years, if you want to look at his age, tore it up at West Ham last season when he was on loan there. He could have gone back. They wanted him. But whatever that manager said to him is obviously not true, because why would you sign a new contract? Why would you say no to a team that wants you, the fans love you, you fitted in very well there, and you actually had a very good half season when you were there? Why would you say no to that?
Oli sold him the biggest lie, because
he did.
Fact that Lingard had all of that waiting for him at West Ham, and Oli somehow lied to him, sold him the biggest lie to keep him at the club, keep him on the bench. I wouldn't listen to anything Oli says from now on if I was Lingard, because how can he be disrespected like that? How? That is ultimate disrespect. Ultimate. And now he's out of the England squad.
Yeah, Sancho as well.
So
it's terrible. It's actually, looking at the whole picture, it's just terrible. Everything that's gone on at the club probably in the past 6 or 7 months has been abysmal. Ever since the Super League, they thought they revived themselves with the signings in the transfer window, but nah. I don't think West Ham would have told Lingard to come for free. They were actively pushing for him in the summer. And look, football's a business at the end of the day, and sometimes that is more important to some people, like our owners. But West Ham will, after the season they had, they would have wanted to build on it. They almost finished in the Champions League spots, and now they are in the Champions League spots. I don't think they would have taken that risk of telling one of their most important players last year to wait for free. Because imagine Lingard was there now, they could be higher in the table. They're only how many points off the top? 6. Yeah, no, they're 3 points off the top. You never know. They could be top if Lingard was there because of the impact he had on them last season. I don't think they would have told him to come for free. Fine margins, if it are a real thing. I know we take the mick out of Oli for saying that a lot, but fine margins are a very prominent thing in football. And Lingard in the summer obviously going to be free. If we want to get money for him in this January, probably go for like 8 million, 5 million max.
Yeah, we basically just have to get the cash, whatever it is, throw him in Jan, because even Van der Beek is at risk of leaving.
He will leave. Like, he definitely will leave in January if Oli's still here. I'm praying that it's a loan. that he does move like Jesse Lingard to West Ham. I'm praying, because I can't see Ollie being on unless he wins the league. I can't see him being on after this summer. And even if he wins the league, it's going to be hard for me to come back from that. So I said before, he's going to have to win the league and another big trophy.
Let's quickly also talk about this emergency meeting that Ollie held with Ronaldo et al.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, they had an emergency meeting earlier this week with Ronaldo, Matic, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. I think Lindelof was there. Who else?
That's a
Bruno Fernandes.
That is a weird bunch of players.
Yeah.
to have a meeting with.
Yeah, emergency tactical meeting or whatever going forward from here. Yeah, Ollie, I think that just shows how out of its depth Ollie is at the moment. That he's having to have this meeting with these senior players. He just doesn't know what to do. He's actually on edge. He doesn't know what to do. I think that sums it up. I think that shows how out of depth Ollie is at the moment.
Why is Lindelof, Maguire, and Shaw there? That's what I'm trying.
They're the back four. They're the back three. They're the main guys in the back four.
Bring Varane and De Gea, not Lindelof.
Yeah, I don't know. De Gea wasn't there. Varane, I don't know.
But that corporate, I had no idea where you were going with that. I didn't know what the meeting was about. But when you said those players, that was weird. That was actually really weird.
Yeah, so that's literally what's going on at our club. Imagine Pep. Imagine Pep doing that. Imagine Pep trying to get advice from his players.
Pep, that's like Pep asking, I didn't even know, Eric Garcia when he was there, Fabian Delph, Gabriel Jesus, and then De Bruyne. Like the crop of players just clashing. But my goodness gracious me, weird.
Like,
done.
What does? I don't even know what to say. Like, what? No.
What are you talking about in that meeting? Hey guys, I obviously not doing a very good job here. So can you give me some tactics? What do you speak about in that meeting? Really, honestly, what do you speak about?
So Cristiano, over to you. You speak. I have nothing to say. Oh, Harry, yeah. What have you got to say? Lindelof?
Matic? I actually wouldn't listen to Harry Maguire.
Exactly. What has he got to offer? I don't think he hasn't won anything. I don't know why he'd be in there.
He's the only trophyless player in that whole group. Even Lindelof has a Europa League. Luke Shaw, Europa League, FA Cup.
Oh, yeah.
He has a few trophies.
Yeah, perhaps this was the case. Showing him the Northern Lights in Norway.
I would love to be on a fly on the wall in some of these meetings, especially Ollie's ones, because is he deluded or is he just doing the stuff for media at this point? That's what I want to know.
Do you think Ollie got bullied when he was at United?
Bullied?
Yeah, like, because I don't know. I'm trying to like think of reasons why he's benching Van der Beek. He's not playing Sancho. He's picking the same 11. Is it because he was benched and maybe got taken the mick out of from other players in that team when he was playing at United? Like, I'm trying to think maybe why is he doing this kind of stuff, because sometimes people are impacted by the trauma that they've been through, and they're trying to, I'm just trying to piece together the puzzle, because the puzzle's just messed up. I don't know.
I think he's just stubborn and he wants to prove people wrong. That's why he's playing McFred. That's why he's not playing the players we wanted to play so much, because it's almost like, but I can win it my way. And it's not that. It's just Maguire's not good, man. It's just not good. He's shown over the past few months how he's just not good. He had a good half year. Through his time at Manchester United, how long has he been there? 3 years? 2 years? 2.5, I think
about 2.
He's had a good 6 months. And that is it. He's had a good 6 months in his time at Manchester United. And that is it. That's why I wouldn't listen to him, because what has he done apart from undeservedly earn the armband in a Manchester United shirt to warrant me listening to him. I've got Ronaldo sitting next to me. Got Bruno Fernandes, who's our most I think he is our most important player. We've got Nemanja Matic, who, despite his lack of game time, is still a very good footballer and would do a great job for us. I'd love to have Rafa Varane in there because he's won everything. If you won everything and you're a main part of that, main part of the teams you've won in, why would you not be in a meeting like that? Harry Maguire hasn't won anything. He's never actually been the best in class. He's currently one of our worst players. The only reason he's there is because he's got the armband on. Don't know why Lindelof is there, to be honest. I can understand Luke Shaw. I don't know. Look,
I feel like Luke Shaw is the kind of guy to actually say stuff. I feel like he's the type of character that would actually be onto players or moan or things like that. I think he's that type of player.
Oh my God. Did you hear what he said about Donny van der Beek? I just found out about this meeting, but I'm putting two and two together. He must have come out of the meeting thinking, man, this manager's done. Let me go to the press and talk about Van der Beek. That's what he did. He went to the press and spoke about Van der Beek. Apparently after this meeting, if it was on, do you know what day it was, the meeting?
No,
Monday?
I'm not sure.
If it was, I mean, if the timeline in my head is right, then that meeting definitely done him a little bit. Pogba, I don't think Pogba should be the captain. I think the captain should be Bruno Fernandes or Ronaldo. Ronaldo is an established captain. He's an influential player on and off the pitch, but I think the only reason Pogba would be captain is if he already had the armband before these players came. But he wouldn't get it now. Like, he's not going to get it now. It's impossible.
I think we'll still win the game tomorrow. Probably 3-1. I
hope Bayern plays. I hope Bayern plays because they have Dennis, King, and Sarr. Pace up front. Playing a high line, which we will do. Playing a high line with Maguire and Lindelof at the back against Sarr, King, and Dennis is suicide. Absolute suicide. Unless you have genuine pace at the backs, you're suicide. It's a suicide move. Which tells me that we're going to play 5 at the back. But anyway, I think we'll win anyway.
I'm not playing 5 at the back. No way. But yeah. West Ham are away to Wolves as well. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Again, West Ham top. They're third. 3 points from the top. David Moyes is the guy. He's the guy. We keep saying this every week. It's his level. He's got his team. The West Ham owners got a private jet to bring Antonio back ready for the game. It shows how much they need him. Off the back of scoring for Jamaica, he's back in the UK. And yeah, he's literally their talisman. He's their main guy. The way he's worked his way up through that club from right back in defense, and now he's their main striker. I think his story is just amazing. From Tooting and Mitcham, I think he's literally an inspiration to many young footballers.
I played for Tooting and Mitcham for a couple months. Club. I love Mikel Antonio, not mainly because he scored a worldie against the USA in Jamaica's last international match, but I just like the way he plays. He's like a tank, isn't he? As I said about, like I said on here, but he reminds me of Wan-Bissaka. He's not the most orthodox footballer. The way he runs, the way he dribbles, kicks the ball, whatever, but he gets the job done to a very, very high level. I think he's perfect for West Ham. I'm just annoyed that he's peaked this late in his career. If he was 25, gosh, 50, 60 million per pound player, probably getting looked at by the better teams in the Premier League. But I think at the moment, he's playing best football of his life. And if West Ham do get Champions League, it will be because of him, Rice, a couple of other players. West Ham will be Wolves tomorrow. And they will. If the results go the way I want, Leicester will beat Chelsea and they'll be on level on points with Chelsea.
Imagine West Ham top of the league. Wow.
Look, I know we're 11 games in.
Is this the season we see West Ham win the league?
Yeah, no.
Wow. No, you actually cannot say that.
No.
This could be the season we see West Ham win a league. London will literally be. Imagine. Antonio's a proper. Yeah, he is.
I think that's why I like it. Maybe he just gets the job done. He's one of those footballers. Doesn't matter how it goes in, just wallops the ball and it goes in. It's amazing. But West Ham won't win the league. No.
Yeah, they have a team. They have a very good team. Top 4. I wouldn't even be surprised if they get top 4.
Oh, they.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get top 4 because it's early in the season. It's only 11 games in.
But you say only, but that's a third of the way. Just almost.
But yeah, for Wolves, I haven't really seen Wolves. They're 8th, but
oh man, they're 1 point behind us.
Yeah, they're not actually in a bad position. I'm saying that they're definitely going to lose, but they're not in a bad position. They lost their last game to Crystal Palace, but they're not in a bad. Their form isn't bad. It's better than ours.
I think everyone's form is better than ours, apart from like 3 teams. We're only this high on the table because of the start we had. That's the only reason why.
But yeah, for top 4, we're saying West Ham, Arsenal, because Arsenal playing Liverpool away at Anfield tomorrow evening. Arsenal probably won't win the game. I don't feel that they will win the game, but I think it will be a tight game. I don't want either team to win. I want it to be a draw, of course, but Liverpool will eventually come out on top. I believe they're just too strong for Arsenal. Unless Arsenal really go for it. If Arsenal really go for it, they'll definitely beat Liverpool because Liverpool's high line was exposed by Brighton. If Arsenal, Saka, Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, Lacazette, if they're on it, and I think they will be on it because they're in good confidence at the moment. They're playing good football. They have a great keeper who has great distribution. If they can get the ball up the pitch fast and counter attack Liverpool, Van Dijk hasn't got the legs yet. He's not back to his best. And you have the likes of Alexander-Arnold, who's not the best defensively. So if you have someone like Smith Rowe who can attack him, Saka on the right, and obviously Lacazette has been playing like a centre forward just behind Aubameyang.
He's been playing like he has hair back when he was at Lyon. He's been playing very well.
Yeah, so literally Arsenal, they've been working as a team as well. Off the ball, the off-the-ball work has been great. So Liverpool could be shocked. They could potentially be shocked if they don't mitigate Arsenal's counter-attack. Or
I don't know. Liverpool is still Liverpool, man. Doesn't matter how good Arsenal are playing right now. It's still Liverpool. They're still a serious European elite side. I just think it's going to be another drubbing at home against Arsenal. If I'm totally honest with you, Salah's raring to go. Salah loves the game against Arsenal. So does Sadio Mane.
It's true.
I need
a draw.
Isn't Mane injured? Mane is injured. So Mane and Firmino are injured, I believe.
Liverpool team news.
Sadio Mane injured. Could be. Yeah, they could be without 8 players. I saw a list.
Wow. 8 players.
Oh, good. Apparently good news to Sadio Mane. Robertson's out. Oh, wait. No, Robertson's back in.
Most of these players will come back in. They'll just when it gets closer and closer to game day, players, the adrenaline just kicks in and they're fine.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on the football clubs, what kind of sorcery or witchcraft happens, but player could snap their leg. Like Harvey Elliott's back in training.
Yeah, like recovery, these guys, they have people, the science, the technology they have. Players are back quicker than ever.
It's weird. I really want to know what goes on or how they do it.
No, they have the best. They just have the best doctors, best physios, everything. They get massage, hydrotherapy, all these things. So you can just imagine they'll get back from injury just in a few weeks.
Mm.
Sunday, Man City, Everton, Spurs, Leeds. I think we already know City are going to win against Everton at home and Spurs against Leeds. Conte, I think is that his first Premier League game at home?
Don't know.
I think it is his first Premier League game at home. Not his first game at home, but Premier League game at home against Leeds. They should be able to beat Leeds because we all know how Leeds play. But it's about whether the players are used to the system that Conte has. Obviously, Kane is in great form. Was it 7 goals, 2 games away with England?
Albania and flipping.
Yeah, but it's still confidence. Confidence plays a key part. He's scored like 1 goal in the Prem this season.
This guy's scoring goals in his garden, and you're calling that confidence.
It's confidence.
I don't think that's confidence.
It is definitely confidence. A goal is a goal. A goal is a goal.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, he scored 1 goal in the Prem, so definitely he needs that. He needs that confidence to take him into the game.
I think Spurs are going to batter Leeds. It's at home, and Leeds are an open team. I can't see why Spurs wouldn't just roll them over. Same way we roll Leeds over.
Yeah. Again, Leeds, what are they? Table, they're about 15th. Again, their form is just mix and match. They'll win, they'll lose, they'll draw. They might lose again. They might lose again. They might win, they might draw. It's just 50-50 with Leeds just because of the way they play. And they'll probably stay up. That's the Bielsa ball. Nothing much can really say about Bielsa ball.
Bielsa ball is volatile. It's unpredictable, but predictable in the sense that you just don't know. I don't know how to say it. You always know that the game is going to be unpredictable. That's why it's predictable. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think it does. We have... What's the final game of the weekend? Is it Man City against Everton?
Yeah, Man City, Everton.
I think this is going to be an exciting game.
It's just going to be a normal, easy game for City at home. Pass, goal. Pass, goal.
No, Everton usually gives City a game. If recent history tells us, they usually have an exciting game. I'm excited for this one. Is there a way to?
I don't think so.
No, City have been dominant recently.
Exactly.
5-0, 3-1, 2-1, 3-1, 2-0. What am I talking about? Maybe it's an exciting game to watch.
I don't even find City games exciting. It depends who they play, but against teams like Everton or other teams, it's not really exciting football. They just get the job done and they score goals. Games against Liverpool, that's the most exciting game. United is not exciting because all they do is pass the ball. That's all they did against us. They didn't attack us. And they didn't make any subs again. We didn't mention that. They didn't make any subs against us. That was rude. That was so rude. Pep knows what he was doing. Pep knew what he was doing. He told his players not to score, just to pass the ball. He didn't make any subs. The players weren't tired.
That was rude. He was getting Ollie back for that head pat that he gave him last season, man. Oh gosh. No subs in a Premier League match. Boy.
This guy, he's next level. He's actually next level.
It's like galactic football.
Literally. But we didn't mention on Saturday, tomorrow, Burnley versus Crystal Palace. We need to mention Patrick Vieira because what he's doing at Palace, they're playing great football. Great football. Olise, Zaha, Edouard, and Eze's slowly getting back. So when Eze is back, even Benteke isn't in form, or I don't know if he's in form, but he's thereabouts. So their team, their defense, Anderson, who's their centre back? Other centre back next to him, Anderson, the guy on loan from Chelsea, Grahy.
It's a permanent transfer, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay, permanent. Grahy. Yeah, their team. I expect them to beat Burnley, but then again, Burnley do have, was it Cornet? That the striker? But yeah, I think Palace will still get the win. Their attackers, the way they're playing right now is just it's great. It's great stuff.
I think Gallagher. Did you say Gallagher's name?
Oh yeah, Conor Gallagher. How could we forget England debut?
Yeah, got his first England. Was it a full debut? I don't think it was a full debut. He came off the bench, didn't he?
Came off the bench, but yeah, he was in the team. He deserved so.
Yeah, he's been playing very well this season. I mean, their crop of young players coming through that they have permanently, not Conor Gallagher, but Elise, Eze, Edouard, Gallagher, Guehi, Mitchell at left back. I reckon give it a couple of years, maybe 18 months at the beginning of not next season, but the season after. That's going to be a really, really good team.
Very young players.
Yeah, I still think they should cash in on Zaha though, man. They could redistribute that money around the squad very well because their scouting obviously seems to be working. So I think if you cash in 40 million on Zaha, probably get for him 30, 35.
Yeah, I think
they could do good with that money.
Yeah, they did miss a chance when he wanted to go to Arsenal, but Arsenal got Pepe instead. That was a mistake from the Palace owners not to let him leave. But yeah, I think Palace they're in a good spot at the moment, and yeah, I don't even know what to say with Palace. Vieira, is this his first managerial? No, it's not his first managerial team, is it?
He was
in the Premier it is, I think.
Yeah, in the Premier League it is. I know he was at Nice in France. I feel like he was at another squad as well. Was he at Monaco?
Nice, New York City.
Yeah, it was at New York City, innit?
Yeah, I need to actually do my fantasy finally.
I am done with fantasy. Oh my god. I am so done.
Eze is probably the better talent than Zaha. Far more complete and hungry off the ball. Yeah, Eze is a great talent, definitely. He's obviously younger, he's got the energy. It's a different position though.
Yeah.
So Eze has to do more because he is a central midfielder or central attacking midfielder. So he has to collect the ball and make things happen. Zaha, he will just collect it out wide and make things happen. It's just a different type of... The way they play is just very different. Vera had Nice into Europa League. No slouch. Yeah, definitely. Vieira is definitely... I think he was just underrated. I know you definitely underrated him.
He was dead at Nice. He was dead at Nice. I'll tell you that for free. He was not good. But he's obviously learned from his mistakes, which isn't something I can say for another manager. And he's proven himself to be a pretty decent appointment in the Premier League with Crystal Palace. And I'm happy to watch them again. And I want to see them do well, regardless.
I'm going to go on to, what is it? The fantasy. Let's see what's... Oh, wow. Of course, Alex is still there. The top.
Forget Alex, man. He doesn't play with us anymore. He's not part of this.
Where are you? You must be bossing me. I can't even...
That's too blurry. I can't even see that. I can't see it. Can't see it.
You're 19th. Wow. 19th out of 24.
Where are you then, big boy?
I'm here. I'm almost at the top.
You're only 13th. What do you mean almost at the top? You're halfway. Literally halfway.
Exactly. I'm not even halfway through the season, so still a long way to go.
This guy thinks he's going to catch up to Alex.
Still a long way to go. That's all I can say.
This guy's confused. I like Ollie, man. This guy's deluded.
It's a long way to go. Don't worry.
You ain't catching up to nobody.
I had my holiday and now I'm back a new man.
Where did you go? Norway.
Maybe.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I've not given up, but I've just conceded defeat. I thought Ronaldo would do better.
Maybe I make Ronaldo captain because we're playing Watford. Make Salah vice captain.
Oh my god! I hope he stat pads
I'm gonna make Ronaldo captain and then Salah vice captain because I believe Ronaldo is gonna get a hat trick tomorrow. And then Robertson, I need to take him out. But yeah, Prem talk. It's good to finally be back talking about football. International break. I dislike international breaks now. It's now, I think the next one's in 4 months. So
4.
Yeah, 4.
Nice.
So you don't have to worry about that anymore. And obviously the World Cup is next year anyway. So obviously you'll be looking forward to the World Cup, but all these qualifiers and stuff like that, I don't find them interesting really, especially when England is playing teams like San Marino and Andorra. What's the point? Every time I see England play, we play San Marino. Why are we always playing San Marino? I don't get it.
I think there's a fix. There must be warm balls or something in this draw because I'm pretty sure every qualification we've had Andorra or San Marino or Gibraltar. It does get boring.
It does.
I want a tough group. I want to struggle to get in the World Cup.
My first ever England game I went to in 2014 was against San Marino. Rooney scored a penalty. I think we won 5-0 or something.
Is that it? We were dead.
That was it. I think even that was when like Dele Alli was playing, maybe Chamberlain, maybe Sturridge. Maybe even Sturridge was in the England team.
Sterling just starting out.
Yeah. Welbeck, I think, as well.
Boy.
Danny Welbeck. He was the guy. He was actually the guy.
Him and Peter Crouch had decent England records. You know?
He was the guy. But yeah. Do you know what I have a conspiracy theory as well about the Champions League. We're going to qualify, definitely. And what's going to happen? UEFA are going to rig. They're going to rig it. They're going to rig.
Close the door. Guys, he's to go to bed. I told him to wait an hour anyway. Then exactly an hour.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's literally been an hour. Yeah. They're going to rig the Champions League to make sure United play PSG because they know they're going to get money from Ronaldo versus Messi.
Oh,
they're going to make it happen. Mark my words. ATF. What was it? 19th of November. It's going to happen. PSG versus United will happen.
First knockout round.
I think it has to be because they're unsure of whether United will make it.
They don't even have confidence.
So they have to make it the first round. They're going to rig it because the money. It's all about money at the end of the day. Messi, Ronaldo. It's gonna happen.
Wow.
But yeah. On that note, thank you everyone for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.